Does the country's constitution make provision and empower the president to suspend a minister and hire an acting figure at the same time? This is one of the questions debated in the Apex Court on Wednesday. Lawyers representing former President Jacob Zuma and the MK party contend it's illegal.
Under Section 91(3)(c), which we all agree entitles him to appoint a minister, or rather a minister who's an outsider, quote unquote. In other words, not a member of the National Assembly. Nobody is quibbling with that. So he wants to appoint Professor Kachalia, but he wants to save Minister Mchunu and not dismiss him.
There is no power to suspend. It's appoint, dismiss, nothing in between. There is no such thing as an acting minister. These ideas are anathema to the notion of what a minister does in the South African context under Chapter 5 of the Constitution.
Zuma has also argued that instituting a judicial commission of inquiry was the wrong course of action in light of the damning allegations made by KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, which to an extent also implicated the judiciary.
It was irrational for the president to appoint a judicial commission of inquiry. Okay? Now, there's a difference between a judicial commission of inquiry and a commission of inquiry per se.
But President Cyril Ramaphosa's lawyers hit back, arguing that the suspension of Mchunu was in the interests of proper governance and ensuring that there's no interference in the process.
Dealing with precautionary suspension in the context of employment, it is proper governance in those circumstances to say, I'm taking you, allegedly the wrongdoer, out of your office so there is no opportunity to intimidate witnesses.
Ramaphosa also says his predecessor and the MK party have taken their grievance to the wrong place by skipping the lower courts and should not have asked for direct access from the Constitutional Court.
You can interdict, as a matter, conceptually, you can interdict the running of a commission if you have a good case for it and you get before a high court on its urgent roll and you convince that court that on the balance of convenience, there is such prejudice to the continuation of that commission of inquiry as compared with the consequences of permitting it to continue, that you obtain your interdict.
Senzo Mchunu's lawyer upheld the argument that the president's powers are wide-ranging, and even if it may not be spelt out in the Constitution, the authority to suspend is implied.
We say in this regard that the implied power to dismiss is an ancillary power, to suspend is an ancillary power to dismiss. And in this particular context, it is necessary to preserve the integrity of the investigations which the president has put and set in motion.
Judgment has been reserved. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Zianda Ngobo in Braamfontein.